The Strait of Hormuz will not be opened. No American ship has a right to enter the Persian Gulf.
As Trump vows to bomb the hell out of the shoreline, is the Strait of Hormuz now on the brink of becoming the most dangerous stretch of water on Earth? And as those threats echo, is Iran hitting back with its own savage warning that this strait will stay shut no matter how many bombs fall? When a senior Iranian official says no American ship has the right to enter the Persian Gulf, is Tehran effectively telling the US Navy to get out or face a fight? After US bombers pound Kharg Island, is Iran really ready to keep Hormuz closed for weeks or months, even if the whole world's oil market screams? As Trump calls on global navies to help force Hormuz open, is this the early moves of a multinational showdown off Iran's coast? As the Iran-Israel-US war escalates, the Strait of Hormuz has now become the central flashpoint where military threats and oil shocks collide. Senior Iranian official Mohsen Rezai has bluntly declared that the Strait of Hormuz will not be opened for normal traffic under current conditions. On March 14th, Rezai told reporters that no American ship has the right to enter the Persian Gulf, directly challenging decades of US naval presence. The Expediency Council member claimed that by striking back, Tehran has already shattered what he called American hegemony in the region. Rezai argued that Washington's move to release oil from its strategic reserves is only a short-lived bandage on a much deeper supply shock. He predicted that the extra barrels will keep prices capped for only days or weeks before the market snaps back upward. Once those reserves are drawn down, he warned, global oil prices could see a massive jump, hitting consumers far from the Gulf.
We shattered American hegemony. This means that America diminished itself by attacking Iran and made us greater. After this war, Iran will not be like it was before. Iran will have a larger presence in the region and America a smaller one. Economically, for the first time in 44 years, America has done something unprecedented. It released 170 million barrels of oil from its reserves to keep the price of oil at $100. But this will only last a few days, maybe a week or two, and then prices will experience a massive jump. Defensively, our victory is clear. No one thought a country like Iran could strike America in the face, strike directly the most modern technologies, aircraft, missiles, and defense systems. But we did. The Strait of Hormuz will not be opened. No American ship has the right to enter the Persian Gulf. America's presence in the Persian Gulf has been the main cause of insecurity for the last 50 years. Without America's withdrawal from the Persian Gulf, and without the Strait of Hormuz being controlled by the countries of the region, specifically us and Oman, who are on its two sides, it is impossible for security to be achieved. The end of the war is in our hands. We will look at the end of the war when, first, we have recovered all our losses from America, and second, we have obtained a 100% guarantee for the future. That is impossible without America's withdrawal from the Persian Gulf. Therefore, the second condition is America's withdrawal from the Persian Gulf.
Rezai's warning landed just as Donald Trump publicly called for warships to defend the Strait of Hormuz from Iranian pressure. On March 14th, Trump urged other major powers to deploy their own naval forces to the strait alongside the US. He specifically named China, France, Japan, South Korea, and Britain as countries that should send ships. The president said US forces will continually shoot Iranian boats and ships out of the water, if needed to keep Hormuz open. Trump also claimed that US strikes have already destroyed 100% of Iran's military capability, even as Tehran keeps firing back. He warned that the United States will be bombing the hell out of the shoreline, signaling a readiness to hit coastal batteries and ports. All this is happening at a choke point that normally carries about 20% of the world's oil, but has now been partially shut by Iran's moves. Trump said, and I quote, "Many countries, especially those who are affected by Iran's attempted closure of the Hormuz Strait, will be sending warships, in conjunction with the United States of America, to keep the strait open and safe. We have already destroyed 100% of Iran's military capability, but it's easy for them to send a drone or two. Drop a mine, or deliver a close-range missile somewhere along, or in, this waterway, no matter how badly defeated they are. Hopefully China, France, Japan, South Korea, the UK, and others, that are affected by this artificial constraint. We'll send ships to the area so that the Hormuz Strait will no longer be a threat by a nation that has been totally decapitated. In the meantime, the United States will be bombing the hell out of the shoreline, and continually shooting Iranian boats and ships out of the water. One way or the other, we will soon get the Hormuz Strait open, safe, and free." Unquote. Trump's new threats come right after US bombers reportedly hit more than 90 military targets on Iran's Kharg island in a single raid. Kharg handles roughly 90% of Iran's crude exports and sits close to the narrow Hormuz choke point, making it a critical node. Trump has claimed that the raid totally obliterated military sites on the island while deliberately sparing oil infrastructure, for now. In response, Iranian officials have warned that US-linked energy assets could be turned into a pile of ashes if this campaign continues.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.